Today, Counties Energy services over 48,000 customers through a network covering an area of more than 2,000 square kilometres and 26,000 power poles. From the tip of the Awhitu Peninsula to Waikaretu and from southern Papakura across to the Firth of Thames, our region is geographically diverse and varied in customer base, from homes and farms to towns, businesses and large-scale industrial customers. We employ more than 200 people across a multitude of functions to keep the lights on 24/7 and manage the needs of our community, from building and maintaining network to large-scale storm response. With 10 substations currently, including the brand new Pokeno and Barber Road Bombay facilities, we have more proposed to supply the needs of our rapidly growing community as we face unprecedented growth on our network, from subdivisions, developments and large-scale enterprise solutions for industrial customers such as Watercare, New Zealand Steel, Synlait, Yashili and more. Our dedicated and long-serving employees have helped to create a supportive environment for all our teams, passing on critical knowledge, building culture and training our new people along the way.
I started roughly around the 60s. I was probably 16, 17 straight out of high school. I'm 75 now. I've been there. I've got the record. 50 something or other. You do the sums.
I started in 1986 as a trainee lineman. Back in the days where you learnt to dig the pole hole. I've enjoyed every one, and like my colleague said, it's been a privilege to work here, but it's been a real great team to stay working with for that number of years.
I joined what was Franklin Electric Power Board in I think 86 as a trainee linesman. Did a bit of fault work, did my Lifeline glove and barrier ticket, and like Dave said, it's been a great company to work and enjoyed the people that I've worked with over the years. Happy to still be here.
I started at Counties Power in 2004 as part of the New Zealand Relay franchise. So we used to do a lot of the typing for the deaf and hearing community. So I've been there on and off 20 years. I had 2 children when I started, had another one while I've been here, and my eldest now works civil worker. So I've got quite a bit of history going through now.
Hi, I'm Helen and I started at Counties Power in 2007 and I've been there 17 years. Started off in the GIS department, moved around the company and I'm now back in the GIS department. I couldn't ask for a better place to work. It's a great place and it is the people that make it for me, definitely.
Worked as a student, joined as a graduate, went away for a few years and then came back and I'm still here and loving it. I probably will never leave.
I started here in 2003 as an apprentice electrician and worked my way up to field service manager. Still in the Tradesman workshop. The social interactions with all the different departments, and it's quite a cruisy place to get on with people, and the support from the company to actually build yourself. It's been, yeah.
Yeah, I am the first female line mechanic at Counties Energy. The company was fantastic when I became a trainee in that, for one, I was allowed to be, and the first female, and the support was always there. There were always people to ask questions, and I was always told no question is a dumb question. Being a woman in the electrical industry is a real challenge. It has been an amazing trip. It strengthened me, and I have no regrets. I love it.
So what's changed since my first involvement 53 years ago? The basic requirement to provide a reliable supply of electricity at an affordable price to consumers, that requirement continues, but the methods and how that's delivered has changed dramatically over the years. Part of that relates to the new technology and equipment that's available, both within the field and computerisation has made a big difference over all of those years and enables those services to be delivered in a much more efficient way. I think also the change in the area has made a difference, where many of the generations when I started were people who had lived for a long time in the area. They understood the challenges of being in basically a rural area. That's all changed now, where we have much larger urban areas. We have a number of people that have moved to the area from the city. So there's different expectations there, different deliverables that are expected from the consumers.
From a pure engineering perspective, I think things have become easier, because when I first joined and came out of university, computers weren't as strong, and you didn't have all the tools that you've got today. We've got access to good computing tools, so therefore we can do things quicker and get insights quicker.
I think the fact that now we can work remotely, we can do a lot of things in office, a lot fault finding, all of these things before we actually have to get some guys out to site. Those are the things that are really, really exciting to me, because it means that we can send our guys out, know that they're going to be safe, but also give them as much information so that they can get to site and know exactly what they should be finding, and if it's not, then they know exactly what needs to happen next. I think just having information available now a lot more than we used to. And now that we've got drone surveys, so we don't actually have to get people to run the lines. We've got these drones doing all of that information for us. It's amazing.
It's an interesting future, but I think that from Franklin Electric Power Board, reading the history when I was a young fella, to Counties Power, to Counties Energy, to see that they're not scared, the people, to develop and try different things. They're not stagnating, and they're always trying to make the network better.
100 years on, it's important to note the evolution of our network, work practices, technology, workforce and culture, community partnerships, and the company as a whole. We are 100% consumer owned. The Counties Energy Trust is our shareholder, with our employees and our community at our heart.
I think Counties Energy and every company should have a role in supporting the community they operate in. It's so important, and we all have a responsibility, and I think Counties Energy does that really well, and there's so many different initiatives that counties support. This is such an important thing in a community, and when you're community owned, it actually means something to our community.
Counties Energy so involved in the community, sponsoring Counties rugby team, the women's and the men's, the things that they do for the community, they're huge. So yeah, it's awesome to work for a company that gets involved in the community, stuff like that.
I think it's really great too that how Counties Energy are engaged with energy hardship today, helping to educate consumers and customers around how to be efficient with electricity usage, because that's, especially in the world we're in at the moment, the environment we're in at the moment of high inflation, this is so important how we help people and actually give them a leg up. And that's what great companies do, they support the community.
The things I like about working for Counties Energy are the people, the guys I look after, the camaraderie that we share in and outside the office is always great.
For me personally, the best thing at Counties Energy is the variety of people, the diversity that we have here at the company. You get to experience lots of different cultures through working in different crews and mixing and mingling with people in the office, field staff, and everyone in between. It makes me feel grateful that I'm in a position to affect people in that way, that I'm able to help, that I'm able to do something positive towards our society and our community. And yeah, I feel very blessed to have the opportunity.
Everyone's so approachable, everyone's willing to share their knowledge, and you grow. And you grow with variety, as everyone else has said. You learn so many things, and even the knowledge sitting around these tables, I think I've learned something from everyone in here.
You do come across a lot of good gems. They come and go, and they help you grow. They help you become who you are.
It's mind-boggling, to see how much it's come from grassroots to where it is today. And I'm thankful to have been part of it. In some way I've contributed.
We'd just like to acknowledge the people of today who lead, who do everything behind the scenes, and to our field workers who get out and in that adverse weather, they climb the poles, they get the power back on. I think it's really, really amazing, and sincerely thank you all for doing that, to all of them. It takes a whole team to build a great business, everyone working together to deliver to our consumers out there.